So when in the previous and very rough video I told you to split every syllable, I didn't mean to say that you should not sing these lines in a legato way. They're not meant to sound staccato and therefore not very cantabile, very melodically cantabile. So take the piano as an example. So the piano can play staccato, obviously, but it can also play legato. But it's a different kind of legato than that of, say, wind instrument or bowed instrument. The piano, when you release a key, that note more or less ends, but you still can play legato. Let's see, let me go to extremes, just for the sake of making an example. If you play this melody very staccato, it will sound something like this. Quando sono solo sogno all'orizzonte mancan le parole. Okay, but you can also play it legato, which is much more, well, let's say, like it's supposed to be. Quando sono solo guardo all'orizzonte mancan le parole. Excuse my singing, but you get the idea. So instead of being it's more. I'm sure I hit some wrong notes, but you get the idea. So you can still pronounce every syllable, so stay in your 16th note idea, but pronounce them or sing them with a legato feeling. And mind you, I'm not a singer. I don't know if there are any technical issues when singing this thing, but just, the idea is this one. And as for the memorizing part, I will put a link in the either description or comment section, a link to one of my videos, which is called something like How to Learn Any Language with Songs. And I suggest you learn the meaning of the words. This way it will be much more easy to memorize them. They will not be meaningless sounds, but if you know the meaning and if you have practiced and drilled it, it will be really very easy. Well, not very easy, but much easier to memorize the words themselves because you know their meaning. So just to sum up, you can take small bits of small groups of words, like take one line at a time or even half a line at a time, and understand its meaning. So for example, this first line is quando sono solo. Quando sono, I am alone. Quando sono solo. Quando sono solo, what happens when I'm alone? Guardo all'orizzonte. Guardo is I look. All'orizzonte is at the horizon. So I look at the horizon. Quando sono solo, guardo l'orizzonte. Quando sono solo, guardo l'orizzonte. And then what happens? E mancan le parole. Mancan means they're missing. What is missing? Le parole, the words. So quando sono solo, guardo all'orizzonte, mancan le parole. When I'm alone, I look at the horizon and the words are missing. I'm at a loss for words. And of course, everybody's brain works in a different way, but I find that if you sit down and try to learn, like I have to learn this by heart by tomorrow or whatever deadline you have, you will have not a lot of success. If instead you take small bites of each song and you kind of drill them without suffering, so to say, too much, then it will be much more easy and faster for you to learn them. So let's say you're walking and you have just learned 2 lines of the song. it's okay. You just sing them in your head, or even better, out loud. You can just hum them if there's people around, or you can sing them a bit more loudly if you're alone. And then when you've learned those, you add, and a bit at a time, while understanding the meaning and not being afraid of making mistakes. You can, maybe you've forgotten a word or two, and you just say la for that particular syllable or group of syllables. La la la, quando la 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 la, mancan le parole. You just remember the beginning and the end. You just sing whatever you know, and in a way your brain is working, and it's tuning itself towards that song. So the next time you look at the lyrics, you will memorize the missing parts much more easily. I hope that makes sense, and I hope this works for you. If you have any other specific questions, please do not be afraid to ask, because the tips you might need may be also very useful for other viewers of the channel. And I thank you for this. I'll see you on the next of LAS Learn Italian Songs, Learn Italian Songs. Ciao!